What's up YouTube? It's Joel. I've got news for you if you're looking for more direct stimulus payments and why the odds are growing big time for us to see more. We've got your timeline of when we can actually see these things come to pass. We have two bills right now. We've got the bipartisan bill and the reconciliation package. And there's so much happening within the Democratic Party over these bills and getting them passed. We've got Nancy Pelosi, who is working so hard to tie the bipartisan bill and the reconciliation package together to get passed together, which is going to lead us into getting these stimulus packages passed faster for more faster stimulus. We have so much being rolled into these huge trillion-dollar packages concerning immigration, childcare, more money for seniors and adults, and including another fourth stimulus check. Because things are happening now within the pandemic with cases rising each day, and we need to make sure we take care of our people, and that's what they're looking to do. We also have Biden, who has increased the SNAP benefits by up to 30%. 42 million Americans will be affected by this move, and we'll get into the timeline for this as well. We've got Janet Yellen, who's the Treasury Secretary, who is pushing hard too for new stimulus, big bold spending. We've got all the details on that coming from her. This is your stimulus and economic news update, and I hope you're having a great day. So we are so close. We're trying to hit 55,000 subs, and when we do, I'm going to give away another $500 on this channel. And in order to qualify, all you have to do is these three things. Number one, click the like button down below for this video. Number two, be subscribed or subscribe to the channel. And number three, comment down below on what you think about a topic that we talk about. But I really appreciate everyone's support. But let's get right into it. So right now, so much pressure is coming from centrist and moderate Democrats to get the bipartisan infrastructure bill already passed in the House. Now, in order to get it passed, Pelosi has to bring it to the floor for them to vote on it. This was bipartisan. It was in the Senate and it was passed with the vote of 69 for it and 30 against it. So definitely support from both sides. But now Nancy Pelosi is making some big news with her latest speech. She is saying that she wants to tie both the infrastructure bill and the reconciliation package together so that they get passed together and are essentially one, not two pieces of legislation. But now moderate Democrats in the House are adding to the division. They have come out and said that they are going to withhold their vote for the reconciliation package until the bipartisan bill is signed and passed into law. They said it's time to get shovels in the ground and people to work. With the livelihoods of hardworking American families at stake, we simply can't afford months of unnecessary delays and risk squandering this one-in-a-century bipartisan infrastructure package. So with this, we have a ton of people who are saying tie them together. And then you have others who are saying, no, they need to be separate. But now we hear from Jen Psaki, the White House press secretary, and she said both are essential. We are working closely with Speaker Pelosi and the leadership to get both to the president's desk. Getting both through the House is Nancy Pelosi's mission, but she understands she needs the votes of all the Democrats in order to get the reconciliation package passed. And now that some within her own party are saying different, this is where things have to change up a little bit. So they have said, some have suggested that we hold off on considering the Senate infrastructure bill for months until the reconciliation process is completed. We disagree. So this puts Nancy Pelosi between a rock and a hard place. First, you got moderate Dems who are saying go bipartisan, but then you have progressives who are saying no to the bipartisan infrastructure bill till we get the reconciliation package passed. So what happens? Well, Pelosi came back and said, in an effort to take moderates' priorities into account, she has asked the House Rules Committee to explore the possibility of a rule that advances both the budget resolution and the bipartisan infrastructure package. This will put us on a path to advance the infrastructure bill and the reconciliation bill together. So this is how they plan to tie them together and get things passed faster. So what are we even talking about when it comes to all this stimulus and what's in these huge stimulus bills? Well, little by little, more is being revealed about the text and what's actually in there. So right now, $726 billion for the Health, Labor and Education and Pensions Committee, with expansive instructions to address some of Democrats' top priorities. Those are including universal pre-K for 3 and 4-year-olds, child care for working families, extended monthly checks for the child tax credit, tuition-free community college, and funding for historically black colleges and universities, and an expansion of the Pell Grant for higher education. And the Pell Grant is basically a grant given to college students where they don't have to pay back. But we also got $107 billion for the Judiciary Committee, including instructions to address lawful permanent status for qualified immigrants. Next, we have $135 billion for the Committee on Agriculture, Nutrition, and Forestry, including instructions to address forest fires, reduce carbon emissions, and address drought concerns. Then we've got $332 billion for the Banking Committee, including instructions to invest in public housing, the Housing Trust Fund, housing affordability, and equity in community land trust. And then next we got $198 billion for the Energy and Natural Resource Committee, including instructions largely related to clean energy development. So with all this, it's a lot of stimulus. But one thing everyone wants and is looking for is a forced stimulus check. Well, things are not settling down right now with the pandemic. New cases are on the rise for COVID, and there's a lot of things happening right now with that are not looking so good. Well, that's where more direct payments to Americans is coming into play, and we need to make sure that people are being able to be taken care of for themselves and their families. So with that, that's why they're trying to pass these so fast, and that's because they know that there's a lot of stimulus that's going to go straight to Americans that need help and relief right now, and that's what's going on in terms of getting it passed together. But progressive Democrats are pushing for the $1,200 stimulus checks for adults and $600 stimulus checks for children. This on top of the new monthly checks being sent out to families for the advanced child tax credit is taking care of a lot of people and their kids. But what about our seniors? Well, as I mentioned above, they are working on getting those on SSI, SSDI, and Social Security more affordable prescription drugs and more affordable housing, and an immediate $200 increase to all Social Security recipients. All this will affect millions of Americans and help keep them above water when it comes to paying their monthly bills. So they are trying to fast track this. So let me know what you think down in the comment section, but we are seeing things move really fast in terms of Congress. But we do have some huge news for those that are receiving SNAP, the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. This will apply and literally affect more than 40 million people. Under the new rules, the average monthly benefits are $121 per person before the pandemic, and this is going to go up by $36. We have a lot of the proponents who say it will reduce hunger, improve nutrition, and lead to better health. These changes are actually coming from a law passed in 2018 by a Republican Congress, which ordered a review of the program's assumptions and gave the Agricultural Department 4 years to do it. And here's a chart to show what they are thinking of when it comes to the amount being spent by a family of 4 with the old plan versus the new plan and the amount of money they would get. So this is a huge increase, and it's actually one of the largest increases for the program. But Agriculture Secretary Tom Vilsack said in allowing the plan's value to rise, officials argued they were following the 2018 law, which required new standards but did not specify whether costs should stay the same. Majority of Republicans in the Senate and House voted for this. They deserve credit. So with that, millions of families will be affected, and it will be done automatically. So you won't have to do anything on your part to get the increase, but the details are coming out, but this should be hitting in the next month. So let me know your thoughts on this down in the comment section, and we can talk about it from there. So now we move on to Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen, who is pushing for more stimulus and more spending. She said we are now engaged in the most important economic project in recent history, repairing the broken foundations of our economy, and on top of them, building something stronger and fairer than what came before. And what she is referring to is the $2 trillion packages. Now, she is a huge advisor to President Biden on economic issues. She is the one with the money printer, and she wants to make sure we go big and bold. She said that the U.S. has long underinvested in things such as childcare, education, and infrastructure, which has contributed to worrying trends such as decline in the labor force participation, but Biden's plans can help to reverse these trends. So with this, she is letting us know that her stance on spending is to spend, and she is advising Biden to do as well. And that's why he is so on board with getting these $1 trillion packages passed. And with that also comes more good news for direct stimulus check payments. Because the good thing is that when this all does come out, we know that we got people that need help. And we've already sent out 3 rounds of the stimulus checks before. So we kind of already have some practice. But it's something that they are working to get done fast and make sure that we take care of our own here in America and that people get the relief that they need. So let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. We can talk about it from there. But a lot of stuff is about to happen in these next coming weeks, and it's not going to be months, but they are looking to pass things as fast as possible. But please don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and hit that notification bell to stay up to date on our stimulus and economic news that affects you and learn how to build some wealth. This is Joel with Your Life Investing. Until next time, peace out.